Welcome back, turn 42, and let's get into it. So, we've got construction 5. There's some neat goodies here, but nothing game-changing. Construction 6 is coming up next, 2 turns away. Summon some fall bears. So, that's these bears right here, and I've got grand designs to go and turn those, like, cast, what's that thaumaturgy spell? Yeah, Transfer Mind. I figure that I'll get some indie shamans and Transfer Mind so that I can, well, where can I actually recruit someone who can move these guys around? No resources anywhere. Oh, and that needs to be a mage anyways. So maybe I'll bring the Transfer Mind caster to them. But either way, the bears are actually solidly thuggable troops. They have earth magic and regen and a good amount of HP. So it'll be fun. And I've got earth gems to spare. There's some crossbreeding, Akashic Record. So let's go ahead and look at what we found. So here, provinces, it's kind of hard to see, but the one that's blinking right now is Banderlog. So I've actually been neck and neck with them this whole time, even ahead for much of the game, but their recent conquests have given them a significant edge on me. Forts, again, I was ahead until Banderlog just took a bunch of other people's forts. Income, I've actually been steadily behind. I think there was an event this turn that blasted everybody with turmoil or something, but I've basically been steadily behind them this whole time, which makes sense because they have better scales than I do. If we go ahead and so here they've got growth and productivity. I guess this one's just straight growth. Whereas I have all this turmoil slowing me down. And I mean, both of us have plenty of farmland, so I don't think that there's like a terrain aspect to it, although I'm not sure. I mean, I do also have a decent number of wastes and swamps here, which is fine. Gem income, I was ahead until Banderlog got a capital and then another one, and this also counts the 5 gems they're getting from Stellar Focus. Research, they have been crushing me at research. So that's the biggest concern to me. The fact that they've just got so many more mages doing so much more research. With Construction 6, I'm gonna build a lot of lightless lanterns and see what I can do to narrow this gap. But that's going to be a big factor for sure. And one thing that I'm thinking about doing, I'm not doing it this turn because I'm recruiting this king, which will be fun, but these scholars, they're worthless mages, but their research ability is quite strong. So I might just recruit some of those every turn and just give them lanterns and shit. Really leaning into research boosting items. The other thing I'm doing is so I'm building a temple here so I can just start recruiting sages, and some of these guys are for these guys get research boost now, but they have 11, sages have 9, so it's +2. I mean, obviously I'm not going to be able to catch up to them, but I need to get some high level competitive magic to be able to contest them. As you can see here, I'm going into Conjuration next. I'm right now looking at Earth spells, that's it. So there's some goodies here, most notably Hashmal's. But then, and then I want to get Conjuration 7 for Errol's as well, but I'm debating the pros and cons of going that way versus going down Alteration. Alteration will let me turn dudes into giants, which is always powerful. And Alteration 7 has all of these battle effects, which at the very least can help narrow down the edge that that Banderlog can bring in terms of magic. Continuing with the score graphs, Dominion, we've just kind of been bouncing around. He's a little ahead of me, but I'm doing a lot of preaching, so I expect that to be back up. And then arming size, I've been doing massive amounts of crossbreeding, so I have way more there, which I think might help discourage him from coming my way. Like what I really want to happen is for him to move on Asphodel next. Sorry if you just heard a dog shaking. She's adorable. I want him to move on Asphodel next, and then to join the fight at a time that's opportune for me. We might end up having a Mexican standoff between the three of us, which I talked about last turn. So that's the Akashic Record, found a magic site, this Hidden Valley. This says some good stuff, including these Tyrant Lizards. I think I'll make some Tyrant Lizards, that sounds fun. I need to look up and see if they're actually good, but I mean, with a name like Tyrant Lizard, how could they be bad, right? More picking up girls. Pangea, I cleared off the trolls. I'll just show you the outcome there. Chimera died, and some other chaffy dudes. You're welcome, Pangea. This was totally for your benefit. This is Pangea's last province, so this turn I'm just sending a scout in to peek, but then next turn, at the very least, all of my combat mages will be moving in. You guys should still be maintaining siege. The other guys, I'll see what's the appropriate thing to do with them. Pangea saw what I have to bear, but I don't expect them to try to attack me in the field. But I really want to peek and see what type of monolith type thing they have there, so I know what spell I need to deploy to beat it. Okay. Banderlog attacking Pythium. This is a thug out in the field. He's got decent defense, but not too amazingly geared up. But since he can fly and he has air magic, he's still plenty tough. He did not mistform himself, which is curious. Regardless, it doesn't matter. Like, he's going to beat up all these guys either way. And the Astral Shield is a poor man's Vine Shield. And so that works. This is something that I've been thinking about. Because I'm low on Astral Pearls, I haven't been summoning more Molochs. But if you look at my magic items, I've got a ton of thug gear that I forged that I'm just waiting to put on people. So like an array of hats and shields and swords, and yeah, like this is gonna happen. I just need to start summoning some thugs to give all of these goodies to. Continuing with other people's battles, Asphodel attacking Phasia. There's just some PD there, so this is really just a question of what spells Asphodel has. The Black Centaurs actually used lots of javelins that time. Here's our call for their Bless, Undying, Regen, Shock Resistance, and Decay. I think the Shock Resistance is from a throne. So, one Black Centaur dead, which is kind of surprising actually, but in the grand scheme of things, irrelevant. Banderlog storming this fort, again with a ton of these Gandharvas. These guys are really good. I've said that before. If I am to fight them, I'm gonna need... well, they've only got 15 magic resistance, so things like Enslaved Mind and stuff are an option. There's also Divine Wrath, which I plan to lean on heavily when it comes to that. So these guys move in. Let's see what these guys have been up to. Oh, he didn't even get a Crystal Matrix. A Tiny Communion. Some Soul Slays. Missed. I mean, this one was just a good roll to dodge it, but it would have been a random commander anyways, so... How about you? I think Celestial Splendor is their version of the Divine Wrath spell. Yeah, that's the guy I looked at before. And he's not doing anything useful at all. So then, Tigers and Gandharvas just come through and chop everybody up. And the result is a perfect battle for Banderlog. Not a single one of their dudes was killed. Alright, events, Obscuro, Cymbeline, Man from the Heavens, Money, Earth Gems, and this guy rescued some girls. Oh no. I'll live. Found a scout, lost a flagellant catching that scout, breached the fort into Pangaea, and then one of my guys here in Pangaea died of disease, which is fine. Alright, let's see, anything else worth calling out? So I mentioned that I'm recruiting a lot more mages and just trying to catch up on research. We talked about a research plan. The other thing is just doing more crossbreeding at my borders. And honestly, this is more of a psychological thing of I just want Banderlog to recognize that if he decides to attack me, I've got significant forces ready to deal with him. Like, there will be a ton of raiding just because I can strap on one of these cannibal warlords, give them like 30 foul spawns, and they'll still beat up PD, which is really all I need. I'm planning on loading up, because many of these kitties are stealthy, so I think not the brown ones, but the green ones and the black ones are stealthy. So I figure I'll also load up a couple of stealthy forces. I've got these Camazotz I can recruit, and I'll basically have some kitties running around to cause trouble. And I get to pretend I'm an elf nation, so that'll be fun. Alright. Let's see. I think that covers it for now. Thanks as always for joining me. I'll see you on turn 43.